One Nation, After Trump. A guide for the perplexed, the disillusioned, the desperate, and the not yet deported is a thoughtful and reflective analysis by three prominent political thinkers, E.J. Dionne Jr., Norman J. Ornstein, and Thomas E. Mann. The book was written as a response to the political upheaval and deep divisions in the United States following the election of Donald Trump in 2016. Here's a detailed look at the book's main ideas. Diagnosis of the Trump era. The authors explore how Trump's presidency exposed and intensified existing problems within American democracy, such as polarization, the spread of misinformation, and the erosion of public trust in institutions. They analyze Trump's political style, which they argue is driven by division, appealing to anger and resentment among certain voter bases. This section includes a critical look at Trump's policies and rhetoric, arguing that his approach is not only unorthodox but often harmful to democratic norms and the idea of a united nation. Understanding the deeper problems. The book examines factors that led to Trump's rise, identifying issues like economic inequality, racial tensions, and a perceived loss of American identity for certain groups. The authors discuss how media and technology have contributed to the spread of misinformation, enabling fake news and the sensationalism that characterized Trump's campaign and presidency. They also point out how political polarization has become entrenched, with Republicans and Democrats increasingly viewing each other as enemies rather than fellow citizens with differing viewpoints. A call to action: defending democratic institutions. This part of the book emphasizes the importance of protecting democratic norms and institutions. The authors argue that these foundations are essential for preventing authoritarianism and maintaining a fair society. They stress that democracy requires active participation, and that citizens, lawmakers, and civil servants need to be vigilant about upholding principles such as rule of law, freedom of the press, and the integrity of elections. The authors encourage grassroots activism and civic engagement as antidotes to political disillusionment and despair. Moving beyond Trump's presidency, the book advocates for reforms aimed at addressing systemic issues. The authors suggest changes to campaign finance, voting rights, and gerrymandering to create a fairer political system. They discuss ideas like strengthening regulations on lobbying and political contributions, protecting voting access, and establishing nonpartisan commissions to handle redistricting. The authors argue that these reforms can help rebuild trust in government and encourage broader representation and participation. The authors emphasize the need for Americans to reconnect with shared values, such as tolerance, empathy, and a commitment to the common good. They argue that the political divisions facing the country can be addressed in part by recognizing the humanity of one another and finding common ground. The book calls for a shift away from viewing politics as a zero-sum game and towards seeing it as a way to solve problems collectively. Despite the book's critical tone, it is ultimately hopeful. The authors believe that Trump's presidency can serve as a wake-up call, prompting Americans to address long-standing issues and rebuild a healthier democracy. They encourage readers to remain committed to democratic principles and believe that with the right reforms, America can emerge stronger. The book underscores the importance of resilience, civic engagement, and reform as essential tools for moving forward. In the final part of the book, the authors provide practical advice for those who want to contribute to positive change. They urge citizens to stay informed, get involved in local politics, support journalism, and engage in dialogue with people from diverse backgrounds. They also highlight the need for coalition building across different groups and ideologies, emphasizing that unity and collective action are key to overcoming current political divides. One Nation. After Trump serves as both a critique of Trump's presidency and a roadmap for Americans seeking to renew democratic values and institutions. By diagnosing the problems and suggesting actionable solutions, the authors hope to inspire readers to remain hopeful and active in safeguarding democracy.